That's right.
That's live on Facebook.
Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, everybody. It is Thursday. That's right. You are tuning in to the MixnMotion Show podcast. That's right. I got all the homies. Myself, D-Rod. I got KO. I got D-Mix, DJ Ludo. And we do have some special guests.
What's good? What's good?
What's up, y'all? How was your guys' week today? I'm going to go around the table, all right? I'm going to go around the table because you know what? I'm going to tell you guys how my week was. And you know what? The Dodgers made it. They won the World Series, guys.
Let me ask you something, man. How do you feel about that, bro?
How did I feel about it? Well, I'll tell you this, man. When they were tied, I said, okay, it's going to be a series. And I was excited about it. Keep in mind, I went to Game 7 that got them there. So I was excited already, man. And you know what? They deserve it, man. They've been gone for a while. They haven't won for a long time. So I felt that it was a good time. You know why? Because obviously the Lakers won. Now the Dodgers won. So I want to say that it is our year, man. But, I mean, you tell me, because, I mean, there was a couple things that happened between the game that I was like, but go ahead. Tell me how it was for you.
I mean, to be honest with you, like, I thought the second, not the last second game, but the game from Saturday, I thought was clean. You know what I'm saying? I thought that one was a clean game, but then it started to kind of slow down, and then when we got to the final game, I was like, I thought there would have been more of a challenge. So I guess I was disappointed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they did pull the pitcher from the Rays.
Right.
Which I thought they messed up.
Right, which they did. Right? They did.
Yeah, so that kind of threw it off, and I was like, all right, here we go. This is how it's going to go. But it is what it is, man. I mean, it was their time, and you know what I'm saying? What was funny to me, bro, you want to hear some funny things?
What is it?
My wife was showing me this thing where it showed, like, basically the year that the Lakers won their last championship was 88, and they just won this championship. And then they showed in 88 that the Dodgers won, and then now they won.
Correct.
And it equaled 24, which is Kobe's number.
Kobe's number, exactly.
So,
yes, I saw that.
I
seen that.
I don't know if that's a coincidence. I don't know what that is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just think that was kind of weird, bro. But I was like, man, I kind of figured it was going to be their year.
So it's a numbers game. It's like that Jim Carrey movie. I forgot the name of it, but everything had to be a certain number. It was at 23? Yeah, so, you know, everything was a certain number that added up to 23. And you know what? If you really think about it and if you look for it, you'll find it. But it was a year to win, man. I mean, we've been there plenty of times and haven't won it, and we finally got there. And you know what? I'm glad you guys brought the music back, man. Thank you, man. Slacking over there.
Slacking.
But you know
Slacking
what?
on his Mackin.
Hey, congratulations to the Dodgers. You know, we won that championship.
Hey,
and you know
Cardinals
what? It was
did their
awesome.
thing, too.
But you know what? We'll go around the room and we'll get to you real quick. Lulo. Let's go.
What are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Lulo. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah, big shout out to Bird Gang. They did the damn thing.
Big shout out to the Cardinals.
Hey, you know what's funny though? It's some homies at work were talking shit. They were like, "Oh man, they're like the Cardinals ain't gonna beat the Seahawks." I'm like,
Hey,
I don't know.
Bro, how did they miss that field goal? How did they miss that field goal?
He picked it back.
He did. I mean, yeah, he's lucky he did, but dude, how you gonna miss that field goal? He made one to get there, and then eventually missed it, and then eventually got his back. But I get it. Props to the Bird Gang. Yeah.
It's 2020, but it's still our year.
It's one of those crazy years, right?
It's one of those weird years, you know what I'm saying?
They play better when they don't got fans and shit, so just keep the fans.
Damn. DJ Ludo, straight stating facts, huh? Straight stating facts.
Hey,
Ain't nobody going.
How do you feel about it, man? I know you're not a sports fanatic, man.
Nah, not really, bro. But I always root for the home team. AZ, it's AZ, everything, dog.
All right.
But I mean, I'm glad that my boys Dodgers came through for him. You know what I mean?
Hey, he said he got you a present, bro.
I do, dog. I can't wait to bring it out right now. We'll bring it out later, bro.
Yeah, babe. If it has anything LA on it, dog, I'm burning that shit, homie. I'm gonna let you know right now, dog. Don't even give that shit to me, dog.
Hey, the homie always fucking pushes back, bro.
He said he's gonna light his Reggie with it.
I'll use it to light my Reggie up, homie. That's what we do,
Hey,
dog.
that's that crazy Reggie you've been talking about, huh?
Yes, sir. That's shit. Motherfucker, get you high as a
Where'd
motherfucker.
you get that from?
dog.
Where'd you get that from?
Hey, whoa, dog.
The homie down the street or what?
Hey, don't worry. I got you, homie.
All
I got you, dog.
right. We're gonna have to try that, dog. When's the last time you tried Reggie, Lulo?
Shit, when I was in fucking 5th grade.
5th grade? Hey, Lulo, you still look like you in 5th grade, dog. What you talking about, dog?
Hey, fuck.
Oh, man.
The little homie never graduated, or come on.
Leave him alone, dog. Leave him alone.
Horrible, bro. That's horrible.
Lulo's my dog.
Hey, man, shouts out to the homie, man, from Citro Photography, man. Rico, man, he's always behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
He's going to
Big
make
shout
a
out
guest
to Rico.
appearance here in a minute, man. He'll show his face.
Be known for making ugly Mexicans look good, dog.
Say what up, you know what I mean?
What's up, Rico? What's up?
Everybody? Rico, man. Make sure you guys hit him up. You need those dope photos.
Yep.
That photography, man. He got you.
He makes me look good sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, he makes D-Rod's head look real shiny.
Real shiny, y'all. Make sure you tune in. Hit him up, though.
We got a dope show, man. I'm excited, man. Episode 15, man. I can't believe we're on the 15th episode.
Damn.
Really?
That's our quinceañera, man.
I know, bro.
Show.
We're going that way.
We're going to have to celebrate for that one.
Yeah.
He said the 25th episode, right?
25th?
1-5, 1-5.
No, you said we're going to celebrate on the 25th.
25th. Yeah.
A quarter?
I want to.
What we going to do?
I'm hoping we can bring some people back that came on the show.
Midget
Have
strippers.
come celebrate with me. He said what?
Midget
He said
strippers.
midget strippers. That shit's crazy.
You know what's cool? I appreciate everybody that's been on the show. They have been hitting us up. They have been moving forward. They do have videos. They do have new music coming out. So, yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
sir.
We definitely have to bring them back, man.
Yeah, man. I'm actually, you know what I was going to tell you? I'm actually curious to hear about that Don Menudo.
Oh, he's got some new stuff coming
Yeah,
out.
most
Bruce, man.
definitely.
What's
Hey,
up, Bruce?
His picture was dope.
The homie
Whoever
Bruce.
did the graphic
Graphics.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
sir.
cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I think he said it was a tester, though. He said,
I think that's the one.
"You
bro.
think that's the one?"
I think so.
Bruce, hit us up on Facebook. We will talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, man,
What else?
who we got today, man?
Oh man, we have some entrepreneurs
Yes.
in the house. That's right, we do. We have Jacob Ortiz. That's right, he goes by Tilser. That's right, tattoo artist, knows the works. This is what I asked everybody about on Facebook. So we will definitely answer some of your questions. And if you guys are tuning in, make sure you keep asking because we're gonna drill him. All right, he is an artist and he knows what he's doing and he's got the experience. All right. On the other hand, we also have Bernie Lomas. That's right,
Yes, sir.
another entrepreneur, and he's got Burning Up Salon.
Burning
That's
it
right.
up.
Burning it up salon, man.
Yes, sir.
One thing, man, he knows how to get all the females ready to go, man. So
Damn.
he gonna talk about his expertise, man, how he does as far as in that industry, and basically his background, man, because he's got an interesting background.
And he was involved in some music.
Yes, that's the other
He
part.
wrote some music, so can't wait to get you on, man. We're gonna press you on that.
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
and
sir.
You already know, man. We always got the dope music provided by the one and only DJ D Mix.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
along
Yes,
with
sir.
Lulo.
You know how we get down.
Yeah, man. Hey, so you guys had a busy week, huh?
Busy week, man. Busy week. We had back-to-back gigs. David had his little gigs on top of our little, our community events. I mean,
Would you say that you guys are always busy, like every single weekend you guys are hustling, or what?
Yes, sir. Every weekend we getting it, dog. Sometimes more than others, but for the most part, bro, we stay busy.
This whole pandemic and shit, we're actually kicking back into gear at full force.
Oh, so it's picking up more. But
Yeah.
did it slow down though for a little bit or no?
For a good minute.
Yeah.
For a good minute.
You guys have been doing some political stuff too. I've seen that, man. That's real work.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Tell the people who you're involved with, man. Who you're helping campaign or whatever.
Well, we've been DJing lately for these Biden campaigns, bro.
Okay.
So, hey, they coming through with the bread, dog. And
That's right.
I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, bro. I'm not really feeling either one of these candidates, bro. I'm tired of Trump's motherfucking ass. And at the same time, bro, I don't think Biden, I don't know, bro, but like my lady says, we need to see a change. So hopefully it's a good one, dog. But
Hopefully.
I mean, hopefully, homie, that's
I'm hoping, man, because I know
Yes, sir.
everybody's kind of on edge right now. Man. They're trying to figure out what direction it's going to go in, you know?
Yeah, them dudes is fighting worse than me and yet Lego shit. Hey, they going at it, bro. They going at it.
Man, they need to make one of you guys.
DJ
president.
Lulo got no filter, homie.
Oh,
I
filter.
want DJ Lulo for president, man.
Hey, vote for me, man. I'll make some changes.
So if Lulo was president, you guys know like when we normally are in school, right? And they play the Pledge of Allegiance, and you get up and you do the whole thing. You know he gonna be in there tearing it up, freaking mixing right before that, right?
Yeah, don't be fucking hitting me with the Kellen Kaepernick
Hey, what
shit.
song?
They'll give
Hey,
me
what,
shit.
hold on. What song would you put on?
If I was president?
Yep, if you were president, bro.
I think it'll be Nas. I know I can.
I know I can. All right.
Hey, I
He
like
getting
the
deep. He
style.
getting deep.
Yes, sir.
Hey, he likes all that stuff, man.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
go back. Hey, MixnMotion and DJs playing all that gangster shit, you know?
I like that. I do like that.
That's what's up, man.
DJ Lulo said he's gonna put it down, dog, and midget strippers, dog.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Do the
Hey,
whole nine,
stay
huh?
tuned. Hey, I even do mariachi.
What song in Spanish? What song in Spanish? I bet.
Hey, it's lip sync, but it's cool.
What song in Spanish though will you play?
I don't know Spanish. Bro.
Oh, come on, dog. Give me a mariachi song, homie. Come on.
Hey, you don't be bumping the corridos or the rancheros or what?
Yeah,
You do?
I be hitting them.
Yeah?
I be hitting them, yeah.
Okay.
Like which one, dog? Like which one?
I'm playing everything.
Everything?
I'm playing everything.
Give me one song.
Good.
We'll hit you with that, Mis Tres Animales.
Oh, they go way
Hey.
back. What about El Quesito? Oh, we're gonna play that later.
We got that
We're gonna
too.
play that later. Yeah. Man, y'all getting crazy over here talking about this crap.
Hey, I think you need Louis Boy for those, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shouts out to the homie Louis, man.
Shout out to the little heifer in the house.
Yeah, man. Well, let's get back to this music, man. We gotta get these guests up in here, get them situated, man. We got a dope show for you. You guys stay tuned. You already know what it is. MixnMotion podcast every Thursday, 7 to 8:30. Make sure you tune in. If you don't tune in live, you guys get the replay on YouTube and soon the website. So that's what it is, man.
All shout outs. Make sure you guys hit us up on Facebook.
Yes,
we definitely
sir.
make sure we'll put in requests and shout outs, y'all. Mix in
yeah.
Motion podcast. That's right.
Screenshot that page, baby. Let's get those likes. Come on.
You're in the mix with MixnMotion DJs.
Shouts out to everybody, man, tuning in, man. We appreciate you guys, man. I'm seeing everybody here on the feed, on the Facebook feed. We got KG, man. What up, KG? Nene, what up? Delphina. Yo, what up to my boy Robert? What up, brother? Freddy to Julio. Hey, he said David Zamora getting down. We appreciate you guys, man. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate the love and support. Man, we excited, man. We excited for the guests that we have here today. And we apologize for the last two episodes, man. We've been having a couple of technical difficulties with the feed, but we got everything dialed in. So if you guys see anything different on your end, let us know, man. We appreciate the feedback. Hey, let us know what you want to hear, too, because it's a show for you guys, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Yeah. You're taking me back right here, man. It's taking me back to the days of Cali when we used to cruise. Right, D-Rock? I'm telling the people right now, man, this music takes me back to the days when we used to groove.
When we used to groove, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Hey, back at the skating rings. Oh, you ever do that or what? Where? We had Skateland. What'd you have?
I can't remember the name, but it was in orange.
Yeah, we had Skateland, bro.
That's what's up, man.
I'm gonna give out some shout outs right now. Big shout out to Robert Huerta tuning in. What's up, Robert? What's up, Freddie? What's up, Johnny? What's up, Robert Huerta? Again, look at him. He's all on it.
It's all on it, man. Hey, how come you didn't show up this time?
He's tired of partying, man. We've been partying all week.
Is he taking a break or what?
I think so, man. Last night he went down all night long.
Yup.
You're in the mix with MixnMotion DJs.
That's not live at all.
Shouts out to D-Mix, man. Always killing it on the ones and twos. As always, man.
Hey, I wanted to dance to that, bro. I can't believe we stopped him.
I saw you, man. You were tap dancing right now.
I was, bro. I was like, all right, hold on. I gotta contain myself. I was, bro, right here.
I see Bernie was grooving out to it too, man.
Oh, yeah. Brought me back to the old school days. That track right there, I was still living, you know, I was actually started playing music right around that time.
You were spinning that back in the day or what?
Hell yeah.
That's what's up, man. We got a special guest in the house, man. Bernie Lomas. You already know, burning it up, Salon. Yeah, man. We really appreciate you coming through, man. Always a good time when I get to talk to you because we always chop it up every now and then, you know?
Yeah, we do, man. It's a lot of fun every time I see you guys. So, man, this is cool for me, man. I appreciate you guys inviting me here and, you know, putting me at that platform of all the other people that you've been interviewing me, you know, like Shy and stuff, you know. I've always looked up to those guys, so, you know.
Yeah, and you know Shy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get to meet him?
So, DJ Shy, I met him around the way with like guys that were DJing, and one time I went to his house, and you know, we were spinning in his living room, and you know, you always looked up to those kind of guys, you know, Shy, AL3, you know, those guys, you know, that pioneered. There was another DJ crew that was from our neighborhood that was like, who were they, David? They were like, what was their names, man? The guys that used to DJ in our neighborhood. Yeah, those guys, man. So those guys.
Say it on the microphone. Who was it?
That was Victor Tequila Rodriguez and his family, Rockin' Ruben, Johnny Romo.
Okay.
They've all been putting it down for generations and still putting in work to this day.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Up, yeah, I remember them from way back when, man. We started off DJing with a turntable and one little crate of records, and then sometimes we would take a receiver with us to jam out to some of the tracks that are on the radio and try to mix it out before the DJ announcer would come on. We've been doing stuff from way back when.
Really?
You know? Yeah, man.
What year would you say that you started?
What was that, like 90, 80, 86, 80, 85, 86? Right around there.
That's dope, man.
So you guys grew up together?
Yeah, we grew up
You and
together.
D-Mix?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'll tell you a little. His mom's tostadas are, man, they were the best.
Hey, bro.
But what I would like to say, man, is I didn't know what certain things were. You know, like I was like, what's a 12-inch press? You know, and he's like, yeah, man, this is a 12-inch press, and you know, and then I kind of, you know, got into it from there, man. And on my end, my dad was a musician. He had a band, and he would invite us to go, you know, DJ in their intermissions and things like that. And so then that's kind of how we started. Or that's how
What kind of band?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Their name was Cosmos 80, man. They were known back in the 80s. Here in Arizona, they would DJ they would play all over the place, man.
Live band, right?
Live band.
And they opened up for a lot of other bands, too, that were here, like at the Coliseum and things like that, man. Yeah.
So you came from a music background, or
Yeah,
since you were younger.
Yeah, man. One of my aunts used to sing at the Orpheum. She used to sing with full-on mariachis, and so yeah, my dad and them, they were always very competitive. They would do like a lot of competitions and stuff for singing. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So that's how you got into the DJ scene, was basically through working with David, right, in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning we started up, and then you know we kind of just went our. I moved out of the neighborhood, kind of went our ways, you know, and you know.
And so you said off air, you were telling me that you also know DJ Too Swift, right?
Too Swift, yes. I met Too Swift at a party one time, and my friend's a DJ, and Too Swift was there, and then Too Swift and I were like, kind of just like, I'll play a track, you play a track, and we just kind of started spinning together, and then just off a couple of those parties that we were doing, or that I was at, that he was at, kind of just spun behind him.
That's dope, man.
With like Shy, DJ Shy, we used to do all the underground stuff, like, you know, when the party crew scene was in, I would do a lot of the freestyle old school, and then he would jump on, and then he would play, you know, he would start playing
so he was giving you pointers too, and
that Land House and stuff like that. Well, not so much, because I was kind of doing my thing at that time, but he, you know, we always like, what's up, man? Hey, man, cool set, you know, and it, you know, it was good, man.
Right.
I've had a good little run with in the music industry, man.
Yeah. So last time we had Too Swift over here, he shared with us that DJ Shy taught him how to spin. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Which I didn't know. I was like, damn, really? I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, DJ Shy kind of pioneered a lot of. He shared a lot of little tricks and tips with us, you know what I mean? And then we just kind of take. But to be honest with you, man, I gravitated a lot towards AL3. He was the guy that I was always.
And I've worked with him too. He's doing UFC now.
Yeah, he's doing UFC. I actually hit him up. You know, we were talking about possibly having him come on, but he can't come through because he has to stay away right now.
Right.
So
That kind of impacts his business.
Quarantine.
Overseas and all that.
man. Yeah, all those guys are being quarantined big time. I actually have one of my clients. He's a fighter. He's gonna fight on ESPN Plus. And his name is Luis, man, and he's gonna be fighting next Wednesday for a contract. So yeah, man. So a little plug for him right there, man.
That's what's up, man. So tell me how did it go from the DJing aspect of it and then moving into the production side? Because I know you said that you started kind of dibble dabbling with the production.
All right, so basically, you know, coming from a DJ background, and I actually, did music in high school with marching band and all that. Learned how to count music, and basically from there, met up with some guys that I knew. They went to the conservatory and things like that, and then they knew that I had that background DJing, and I had an ear for like making beats because I was on the drum line. And so my boys, my friends, you know, we created a crew called Sick Vibe.
Okay.
And then from there, we were doing house music to start off with because that's what was, that was in at the time. That's what we were spinning. And then from there, we just kind of went back into doing like hip hop and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So that's kind of where that started, where I jumped from DJ to production.
Okay. And so now, at that time, what year did that take place when you started going into that direction?
So that was 92, man. Back in 92.
Okay.
Yeah, 92, 93.
So what was your go-to for your production? Like, what were you using? What type of...
we used Logic, man.
Logic,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we were using Logic Pro. I really haven't used any of the other type of programs out there, but that was our go-to, man. And basically because of my friend that went to the conservatory, his name's Ryan, man. He's the one that like said, dude, this is the best, and you know, according to him, and we just got into it from there, you know. So
yeah.
So yeah,
yeah, many steps, man. So you started from DJing, production, and then when did you start writing?
So we started really writing around 98, 97, 98, right around there. And so I would create beats. My friend would create the melodies off his guitar, and then he would write lyrics. His name was Jesse Sosa, man. And he would write the lyrics for our tracks, and then we would, we didn't have people, we didn't know a lot of people, so what we would do is jump on Craigslist and then get some people that, we kind of auditioned them, and then we would put them in the booth. And my friend had a little studio in his house, and so we'd put them in the booth and we would make tracks, man. It was pretty cool, man.
So did that go on for quite some time, or are you still actively doing it here and there?
So basically, I kind of stepped away from it. My friends still do it. I stepped away from it and I dabble. Like I'll go and, you know, do things like that. But, you know, I kind of prioritize my life a little bit with the family and stuff like that. And now that my kids are older, I'm kind of getting back into it and getting the guys excited to know, hey man, I'm coming back, you know.
So so once you kind of like felt like it was time to move on to something else, how did you get into the whole, like, you know, hairstyling and like, you know, the salon business? How did that come about?
All right, so
that's definitely a
right.
Yeah,
that's like a huge like a 380, man. You just went a 360. I mean, you went all the way back to something else.
All right, so basically, man, to be honest with you, I've been cutting hair since I was a teenager. My parents had bought me all the equipment to cut hair,
Okay.
but it wasn't until like I was at a job that I was always dirty, you know, always like I was doing body work and paint, man, and just doing that kind of work, and I love that kind of work. I love still working on cars to this day, but I just felt that because I had already been cutting hair. And
like what though, fades?
Yeah, I can do fades. I started off doing fades. Actually, my first fade, man, to tell you a little, you know, my first fade, I was fading my friend, and I was fading him up, and then some girls showed up, and I took the guard off, and next thing you know, we were at school the next day all bald, man. So that was my first, that was the first time, man, that
was
really,
oops?
yeah, that was my first oops, and after that, I was like, never again, you know.
That was the experiment phase or what?
Oh, big time, man. Yeah, backyard hair cutting, man, you know.
So, I mean, because I used to cut hair too, like back in the day, I used to, you know, just around the homies and stuff, I would cut hair. But that's a big difference to cut women's hair in comparison to doing a fade or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what happened with me was I went to the beauty school, right? And they were like, "Hey, man, you're not a barber," because I wanted to just cut men's hair, and they're like, "You're not a barber, you're a hairstylist," and they tricked me into going for the whole program, only because they were gonna make bank rather than me just going for barbering, right? They were upselling me big time, and I'm like, oh really? I'm a stylist, So from there, man, it just kind of expanded from there, and then I started working behind a chair, and then from there I started doing the competitions, and it just kind of evolved. Everybody's life does this, right? And we think everybody's like this, but like right now I'm at a high point, which is awesome in my life, man. Of all the things that I've done in this industry, man.
Well, especially too, I mean, recovering from the pandemic and whatnot. I know that kind of adjusted things for a while because people were not able to come in and get basically get their hair done or whatever, right?
Yeah. I'm actually an advocate for the stylist, and I was actually on the news, man, at the beginning of the pandemic because I was advocating for the stylist to be able to get some kind of help, because they deemed us as essential, which was awesome, Yeah. But our clients weren't coming in.
People weren't receptive, right?
Yeah, no one was coming in. Everybody was afraid of this situation, man. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely set in a lot of paranoia. I mean, I can see how that could happen, but in a sense, I mean, if that's your only way of making income, that kind of impacts you in a bad way,
Yeah, big time, man.
But I'm glad that things are kind of like circling back around. And going back to your whole career within this field, I mean, you've done quite a bit. I mean, I've seen pictures of you at the Grammys.
Yes,
right.
Actually, the Oscars, man.
The Oscars, that's right.
I do hair at the Oscars. I've done Fashion Week New York.
Okay.
I've done. I actually was on a reality TV show it was called Global Beauty Masters.
Nice.
And so what led me to that was I was doing a lot of competitions here in Arizona, and the crew that I was working with, the salon that I was at, we were awesome, man. I mean, everyone was high end, everyone was on point, man. We had a lot of people who had knowledge in that salon, man. And so, I was kind of like the baby of the bunch, man. But I was kind of like the guy that was like, hey, this is going on, or hey, that's going on, and then we had a really tight knit crew, man. That we would compete together, and it was awesome. I would create the soundtrack. I was the first in Arizona to create a soundtrack to the runway show.
Really?
Yeah. So each model could have their song, and so then it would hype up the crowd, and then I think, that was one of the formulas that helped us win because the crowd would get into it, and then, so
that extra.
You added music to it.
Yeah, and each model would have their track, where before that they would only play one song all the way through, so. That was a little secret weapon we had for our crew, and then after that, people were, they were starting to find people that would DJ for them or whatever to create that same kind of vibe,
It evolved to that, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into the Oscars, man?
So so what happened was I traveled to New York. I actually worked for a company called Wella, and they're a high-end color company. And I was training with them in New York, and then I ran into I know some guys I met there that are platform artists and things like that. But prior to that, I was actually working for other companies, that were putting me on stage and allowing me to sell their products and stuff at different hair shows.
Okay.
And so then I got recognized through this company, Wella, which is the company that I work for now. And so the people that work for that company, they kind of brought me on board with them, and they're a lot of them are a traveling team, and it's crazy, man, because every time I go to like the Oscars in LA, or if I go to Fashion Week New York or somewhere like that, they're like, where are you from? You from LA? You from New York or what? And I'm like, nah,
Arizona.
I'm from Arizona. And they're like,
what?
Arizona?
Like, what?
And I think it's pretty cool because they don't know me that well, and they don't see me coming. I'm in and out. I'm not involved in all the stuff that happens in those states. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it professional.
Keep it professional, and do my thing, man.
So have you done anybody's famous?
All right, man. I keep getting asked. So the thing is, I will. for the last couple of years, I've been working my way towards that, right?
Okay.
Now I did do newscasters, and I've done like
cool.
What was her name? Wendy Birch from LA.
Okay.
I did her hair. I've done some others. I mean, I got a bunch of pictures of like people that I've done their hair, man. But yeah, she was the one that was really, really cool. She's very well known in LA, and it was a big deal. See, they were all like, "Oh, you're doing her hair. It's awesome," you know. But yeah,
so when you deal with people like that, A+ artists or whatever, do you give them a business card and say, "Hey, give me a call. Make sure you hit me up." Anything like that? How do you network with them?
So a lot of times, man, they ask you not to really, you gotta like tell them, hey, hit me up on Instagram or somewhere like that, But most of the time, they're like, we don't want you like fraternizing. We don't want you to, do something on the side with these people. We want you to be straight up. But honestly, man, for the most part, everything's pretty cool in this industry, man. They don't, they allow you to take pictures and take pictures of their work or your work while you're doing stuff,
Right.
but they prefer you keep their face out of it or things like that. And
Because you spend a lot of time with them. I mean, I remember when I used to have hair.
you did.
Dude. Anyways, when I used to have hair, man. I mean, you go to the barbershop, man, and everybody talks to you. I mean, the gossip, everything goes on, right? So I can only imagine if you're doing somebody famous, you're going to have a conversation with them, right? What's going on, their feelings, their life, what happens, you know what I mean? Does that happen with you?
Yeah, man. Actually, so like I do Miss Philippines US or one of the Miss Philippines USA pageant models,
Right.
and her and I, man, we got a really good, pretty cool vibe, going. Like when I style her hair, it's me. I do her hair, and I've traveled with her to LA. I travel with these people too. I actually travel a lot, teaching students.
Okay.
Teaching a lot of students in beauty schools. I teach. Sometimes I even go to salons and I share my information with them and just share that love of just doing hair, man.
Your passion, right? Right. You think you can do anything for us, man? Like, I mean,
I don't think so, man.
I mean,
Not me.
hey, hold on. I was gonna ask this. Can you get on the camera? Hold on. Get on the camera. You probably didn't do this, right? Hold on, Rico. Rico, can we see your hair, Rico?
Yeah, well, I just
gotta
got
do
to twist
style.
it up today, but
Hey, can you do that?
You know what, man? To be honest,
Can you do that?
to be honest with you, I can't do braids that
No.
tight.
Do braids? No.
No, man, that's the one thing that I lack, man. But I do a lot of other cool stuff. Man.
I'm gonna need a trim though. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna need a trim.
All right, we'll
I'm
do
gonna
it
need a
up,
trim.
man,
Hey,
for sure.
what about for KO? What do you think you can do for KO?
Do you do beards or what, man? You got a
Sometimes,
nice little beard going.
sometimes I do beards, man.
Yeah.
You cut and color. You color and all that kind of
I
stuff.
cut. I do cuts. I do color. I do everything, man. Pretty much everything, man. Yeah.
Do you do your own hair or no?
Actually, today I had my boy Mike. He cut my hair, man. Today, I used to cut my own hair, but a lot of times the people around you are like, "Hey, sit down. I'm gonna cut your hair," and so then it just kind of
They kind of hook you up.
we all
take
hook
care of
each other up. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask you this: you ever get a Karen? You ever get a Karen in your seat? And you just
yeah,
have
man.
like,
Oh yeah, we get Karens, bro. We get Karens, but sometimes, man, we gotta deal with them, and sometimes we just kick them out, bro.
Right,
You know,
right.
sometimes we're like, hey, this isn't. A lot of times, hairstylists try to they build a relationship with their clients, and so there's times, man, we have to say, you know what, it's
they
not a
get too
match.
comfortable, huh?
Sometimes they get too comfortable in telling you, about their personal life too, and then you're like, damn, I know your sister too, or I know, so you got to keep that separated too,
Right,
man.
right, right.
So
What about because it's Halloween, guys? So tell us some horror stories, man. Like, you gotta have some horror stories with hair.
You ever
man.
did some hair and see some bill holes and some bugs and shit in there?
Or not even that. Like, even a mess up. You know what I mean? Like, how do you guys deal with that? You can't go backwards. You know what I mean?
So, I'll give you a little secrets of the trade, man. We actually, in the salon, man, we talk numbers, right?
Right.
And the reason why we talk numbers is because if we say, hey, why is her hair so gold, or why is her hair so green? And what are you gonna do to counteract that? Are you gonna use blue, or are you gonna use So that by the time they listen to all of that, they think they're getting bozo hair, So for us, man, it's one of those things where we're talking numbers, so
Right.
then that way the clients. But it happens all the time, man. Everybody's hair is different, and you
Right.
never get the same results on everybody. So it's pretty hard, man. So we get a lot of freaking.
Just a gamble, huh?
There's a lot of times where you're praying to the hair gods, man, trying to make things happen, man.
Trying to work
Seriously.
miracles, huh?
Yeah.
I hope she likes it. I hope she likes it.
I've had that situation, man. Like one time I got real cocky, man, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And next thing you know, this girl's hair was smoking, and I was like, oh shoot, we gotta rinse this hair out. You know what I mean? And that's just me being real, right? It's happened to all of us, man. All of us hairstylists, man. So yeah.
So what about in the beginning, like when you first started getting the chance to actually cut a woman's hair, like, did you have like that moment where you're like, I don't know if I can do this, can I do this, or were you kind of confident in, like, with your skill set?
Man, I was a no, I'm just kidding. No, man. Actually, the reason why I help people now is because I was helped out by a good group of people, man.
Okay.
And I was on the verge of quitting before I even got started, man. Because,
really?
Yeah, because it's scary, man. You're starting to foil somebody's hair, and you see things that you don't have an instructor standing by you anymore. You're doing it, and they're paying you to do it. So it was really tough at the beginning. It's tough for everybody, man, when they first start, man.
I hear it, man. It's definitely, because you don't want to mess up, and that's the thing. Because it's your name behind it.
Yeah, and at first, man, just truly being honest, man, your first 100 people are what you're trying to figure things out with. You know what I mean? So
it's real intimidating too, because I don't know how many times I've gone in and got a haircut and things weren't quite right, but I didn't know how to approach the situation because my anger gets a little beyond me. So it's better that I don't mention anything and just walk out of the building. Yeah. So things like that happen often, or not really.
So a lot of times that happens, man. But I think at this level, you can read people. You kind of adapt on how to read a person, and then you figure you can tell if they're liking it or if they're getting on their social media right away, and like, you know what I mean. But like at first, man, it was hard, man. It was really hard for me because you didn't see that, you know what I mean? Until a couple years in,
So to help you out a little bit more, for all the listeners out there and maybe people that eventually will visit your salon, right? What's a good tip to leave somebody that does your hair on average?
On average, people leave. I mean, a good tip is 25 to 50 right about there.
Okay.
Is a good tip, man. What's kind of, man, at first I used to be like, it's okay, I don't want your tip, That was me at first because I was young and I was just like all into it, right?
Right.
And then later on, this guy told me, you're actually, you're making that person uncomfortable. So you better, if they're giving it to you, that means they can afford to give it to you and they want to give it to you. So you let them tip you. And so from there, it just kind of was like, all right, cool. I'm letting people tip me then. Yeah. Cool,
Hey, so you guys heard it, man. It's got to be 25 and above, y'all. That's so make sure you guys go check them out.
For a guy's haircut, it's $5. Like a guy's haircut, $5-10. But for a lady, man, anywhere, right around.
I used to give my barber $20, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, you get the ones that are colos that don't want to hook you up. Or
I have clients that don't tip at all, man. But you still do their work. You still do their hair,
Right.
So
that's what's up, man. Hey, so we really appreciate you coming through, man, and hanging out with us. I know, I actually want you to tell everybody where they can go and find you.
All right, well, I'm off the I-17 and Happy Valley in the Norterra Plaza. If you want to come and get your hair done there, with me, I'm at the Beauty District, Salon 131, and we're a really nice salon, and we just we do high-end stuff, and we just do some cuts that we do what we do, man. So
what about website?
Social media.
So my social media is Burning It Up on Instagram, and Facebook is Bernardo Lomas. There you can follow all the different things that I do, and give me I always, like, if somebody needs advice, they'll hit me up on Messenger, and they're like, hey, this and this and this is happening, what's going on, how can you help me fix this, and I give recommendations for that too. So if you're a stylist and you're new out there, hit me up as well. I'm at a level where I feel good about giving back, so
Right.
so it's all good.
I think that's cool that you do that, though, that you actually give back and you teach, because a lot of people are kind of like, no, I don't want to give my secrets away because they might take my business.
Oh yeah, big time, man.
And I know that happens. I mean, it's just like with music, it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Whatever
right?
happened to being proud of giving somebody a lesson and having them take off with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
not a lot of that anymore.
Sometimes you feed them that little bit that makes them get to that next level, right? So,
And you know, they always gonna step back, and they're gonna know. They might not say it out loud, but they know, you know, so and so gave me that little bit to get further.
yeah,
you know.
and that happened to me, man. A lot along the way, man. A lot of a lot of high end people, man. They really helped me out, and they've been there for me and showed the support too.
Honestly, we're supposed to do things for not the credit, anyways, right? For doing the sake of doing something, right?
Yeah, I got a quick story for you guys, man. Yeah. So I was downtown doing cuts on the homeless, you know, downtown, and we had a crew, and we had all kinds of people out there, right? And so I ended up with a line of, you know, people, and so I'm cutting hair, and everybody leaves, and I'm standing out there, right? And before that, it was all hype. Everybody was on their cameras and, you know, all that stuff. And some guy shows up in a van, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you're out here by yourself, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out here by myself." He's like, "Dude, I commend you for this, man." But he wasn't there for the hype and all of the stuff before that, you know, that everybody was recording us and all this and that. So, I mean, you know, we get back to it in that way, man. We get back to the homeless. We get back to, we cut hair for kids, like at Isaac School when it's back to school, and we bust kids into our salon and things like that too, man. So,
cool.
you know, so we give back in that, you know, I try to give back in that way too.
And you have the holidays right around the corner, man. So are you guys going to be busy?
We're starting to jump up and get busy right now. With numbers going up, it's kind of, it's up and down. Like our clients get scared, and then they get scared, and then all of a sudden they bunch up because they all want to come in at the same time. So that's what's happening with us right now.
I know things are a little different now with the COVID and everything, but is there like a season for hairstyling? As like, you know, wedding season, you know, that kind of thing? Is there a season for that?
Yeah, so like a lot of times like right now in the fall, from here to about close to December is the season, and then you got February, March, April, May, and then after that it's kind of, you know, a lot of people like getting married here in the summertime because it's, you know, not as expensive, right? Because it's hard to marry somebody outdoors and all it here actually in Arizona, you know. So period, right? So you know that you know, so that's the season for that. Okay. Like as far as us being our busy season, if you're down in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area, anywhere from November after the fair leaves, for some reason, man, after the fair leaves till about May, we're like swamped.
I see.
And then, but if you're like in Sholo area or it's opposite because everybody's up there, you know. So
okay.
So yeah, that's how it kind of works here.
That's what's up, man. Well, like I said, man, we really appreciate you coming through. You got anybody that you want to shout out?
Well, I mean, I have a mentor named Julian Luna. I want to shout out my family. You know, my wife Maria. My kids, you know, just and the team that supports me. I know I'm gonna miss a lot of people, and they're gonna get mad at me for this, but you know, I have a lot of people that are out there supporting me, and vice versa. So, and you guys, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
We appreciate you. I mean, definitely appreciate you coming through. Definitely a cool episode, man, to kind of get to know a little bit more about what you got going on and where you came from, man. Definitely a cool story, man.
We know where to send people, man. We got artists that come out here too.
Yeah, man.
Do videos and
start sending them up there.
We do our hair. Yep.
I'm down, man.
Yeah. He wants to see if you can do something for him.
Yeah, I mean, if you can work a miracle, man, I'm right there, bro.
Twist his eyebrows.
Dude, you would trip out,
Twist
man.
his nose
I got a friend that's putting hair pieces on guys that looks like 100% natural.
No, you know what I like to do? You know what I like to do when they shave my head? I like they do the whole service, the warm towel, the massage. You guys do that or what?
Yeah, well sometimes we do, but that's more like a barbering service.
Right.
You know, but for the most part, we do similar.
You do real hair.
We do similar.
We do people with hair.
Yes, we're not. You know,
style.
Not just eyebrows.
You style.
Yeah. No, but seriously, man. It's a different technique, man. For reals, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I love when they do that, man. When they when they do the tight shave with the freeway? Yeah, man. I love that stuff, man.
I haven't done that in a while, but you know what I found is that I don't trust a lot of people when they do it. I had one guy, man. He messed me. I told him I wanted thick, and it came out like I had one of the little lines like that. I was like, man,
the chin strap.
I had a little chin strap, bro, and I was like, really? I was like, all right.
This is the opposite of what I asked for. What is it? Opposite day?
Special.
Man, that's what it's up, man. Episode 15, man. MixnMotion podcast. We're going to get back to this music. You already know, man. DJ Lulo is behind the board, man. He going to ride it out for a little bit, and then we're gonna bring Jacob Ortiz. Yeah,
right.
yeah. Stay tuned.
You're in the mix with DJ Lulo of MixnMotion DJs.
Too hard, don't shout on this wage. She told me to handcuff her, give her no escape. Bad little hyena, puta behave. 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 Bad little hyena, puta behave.
And we back at it again. MixnMotion Podcast, man, episode 15. Shouts out to the homie Bernie Lomas, Burning It Up Salon.
That's right. Big
Thank you,
shout
man.
out.
Much love for you coming through, man, chilling with us. As always, man, we got another special guest in the house, man, Jacob Ortiz
That's
of
right.
Tesla Tattoo.
Telser, a.k.a. Telser. What's up, man? How you doing today?
You got it right.
Telser, my bad.
All right, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man.
You rocking that gold? Let me see that gold right there. There you go. You got
Make
that
her say,
mouthpiece. Yeah. Man, I see you got a lot of work on you, man. Who hooked you up?
I have like eight tattoo artist friends. I grew up and they just blasted me up, to be honest, at a young age. So
How did you know what you wanted in your body?
I just wanted that black and gray. That was it, you know. I wanted black and gray. So I just chose my pattern piece by piece.
So Tilser is a tattoo artist, and he also dabs a little bit with the videography, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I've always been interested in it since I was a kid. I used to do graffiti, and I would film myself doing graffiti, and I would chop it up, edit it, put music in the background, and I'd make VHSs back in like year 2002, 2003. We didn't really have phones and shit like that, so I had my mom's
Big
personal
old
video
camera,
that
the big old ones.
videotaped and shit, and she used to hate that I took that shit everywhere with me, you know.
So when you said you did graffiti, take us way back. Like when you did graffiti, where did you start doing graffiti? What state? Where were you at? How old were you?
Well, to be honest, I used to do gang graffiti before I did graffiti.
And where did you live then?
I grew up with the neighborhood LCM, so all my family is from there. I'm from there.
And that was what state?
Right here in Phoenix.
Right here in Phoenix?
Downtown
Okay.
Phoenix.
So that's what got you on board as far as like artists working, as far as doing graffiti?
I mean, my pop's always been locked up since I was a little kid.
Okay.
That's probably one of my biggest influence on art. He'd send me dope ass
Sick ass pictures.
cards, everything. Whoever was right there drawing in the tier, he'd have them draw me up a card. I'd get the cards, and I would mimic them and try to draw them, you know? And that's where my drawing came from. Then I started tagging.
Okay.
Then I started getting in trouble with tagging. So my mom was like, we'll move states.
You're born and raised here in Arizona, right?
No, I was born here, raised here, but raised in Cali too.
So did you dab into some Cali graffiti out there, or
Yeah,
what?
that's how I turned into a graffiti artist, was being in California.
Okay.
I just did gang graffiti. you
Tagging.
know, and I was like, everybody at school would be like, hey, you right?
Right.
I was like, what do you mean, bro? I don't know what you're talking about, you know? They'll be like, hey, you tag, bro? I'm like, I don't tag. But eventually it rubbed off on me. Got a little tagging name, Tills, you know?
All right.
And I never changed my name. I just started doing graffiti, wrecking the streets, really painting hardcore out there in LA. Knew a lot of the big heads out there. Started doing graffiti with all the big heads out there. That was cool.
Yeah, because you see a lot of that out there. You don't see that here. It's clean out here. I like it out here because you don't see a lot of that out here.
You'll see some stuff downtown, like some mural stuff. I mean,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see a lot of murals.
Yeah.
The buff is really, really quick out here. So, you know, you do something, it's covered up within the next day, the next morning, or
So it's not
couple
even
days.
worth it.
It used to be worth it. Hell yeah. When I came back out here, I was 17. Obviously, we started getting in more trouble out there in Cali. My mom was like, this is a bad move.
Yep.
Let's go back to Arizona. It's less active, you know? And it being less active, was better for me because I was gonna be active no matter what in the streets. You know, I was a hardcore graffiti. Graffiti was like my favorite thing. I didn't go to parties on the weekend. I had a backpack full of paint, and I was out in the train yard. I used to ditch school every day and kick empty cans around until I found one that had a little bit of paint in it, you know, and start fucking shit up.
Right.
You know?
He made a name for himself because there's been a couple of times that I've been, you know, put away for a couple of months. And I meet graffiti artists inside jail, and you know they be talking about the graffiti and shit like that. I say, oh yeah, my cousin, he, you know, he does tagging too, and he's like, oh, well, what's his name? You know, I'm like, Tails, like, oh, nigga, that's your cousin. You know, they get all excited and shit. So it made me proud at the same time because, you know, I don't know if you guys seen that shit, but I've seen some big ass pieces this dude has done. I'm like, cuz, how did you do that, bro? It's like fire extinguishers.
Yeah, I've done it all. For like graffiti, I did literally anything you could do in graffiti, I did it. You know, from billboards to heavens to freeways.
Trains.
I started off in trains in LA. My backyard was a train yard.
Where did you live in LA?
Al Sereno, in East Los.
All right, East Los.
So I grew up pretty rough, you know?
So when you started doing tattooing, because I did ask a lot of people about, you know, some questions about tattoos. I'm sure you've seen my post on Facebook.
Yeah, I seen your post.
And I had a lot of people asking me some questions, so I'll ask you in a little bit. But when you started tattooing, what type of tattoo artist are you? Do you do cartoons?
Chicano work only. Lettering. I'm a big letterhead. I love drawing gangster girls, clown faces, gangster dudes, clown faces, you know, all that. My pops was in prison my whole entire life, so I was really influenced on prison art.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I obviously did my little length of jail and prison, and that's what helped me with my art.
Did you do any tattoos in jail?
No, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't.
You didn't have the equipment?
I didn't have any equipment. I was really broke in jail. I drew. That's how I got so good. Is I never used to ask my mom for money.
Ain't nobody put money in your books?
Nah,
girls?
I didn't want
The ladies?
Yeah, I had a couple of girls, but I don't really like to ask for nothing, to be honest. So if I can work for it, I'll work for it.
Kept it humble, huh?
Yeah.
So that allowed you to just get real sick.
That allowed me to get real good. You know, all I did was draw. Everybody knew me. Hey, you draw me something? Hey, I need something this week. Hey, here's a picture. Draw this picture for me. You know, it was nonstop. I have to shoot people away, you know, and be like, I'm not drawing today, bro. You know.
Have you done anything on yourself though, like tattoo wise?
No.
You just won't do it, or you just kind of.
I've tried it. It just hurts way too bad.
Tell him what you told me.
I'm better at inflicting pain on other people than
himself.
Pain myself. You know.
I don't like the pain.
Yeah, I complain when I get tattooed. You know, so my friends kind of don't like that I complain while I get tattooed. You know?
He's pretty tatted too. He's a lot of complaining.
I know, man. He's pretty sleeved up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over some of these questions. You ready or what?
Yeah.
Did you view some of the questions that they asked or what?
Yeah.
I'm hoping he was prepared. So I got Ray. He's got his own tattoo. He's got a spot where he tattoos as well, and he asked me. He goes, ask him this, and just really quick, I want to know if you're unable to create a certain art on somebody, do you pass it on to the next artist, or do you just take on the challenge?
I pass it on. I have like 8 close homies that I grew up with. Some of them are doper than me. Some of them are equal. Some of them are way doper than me. And like I won't do family portraits. That's something I won't do. I won't do a family portrait at all. I won't even try. I'll draw them all day, but like I just haven't. I haven't grown the self courage to tattoo.
And you would pass it on to somebody else?
I'll pass it.
Okay. I have another question from Jackie Jule. She asked, and some other people asked as well, but can they drink while they're getting tatted?
Me personally, I don't care as long as you can handle your liquor. You're not gonna fall over in the chair. You're not gonna start acting like an idiot. You know,
pass out.
Pass out. A lot of people like to drink. I prefer you don't drink.
Don't you bleed out more?
Bleed more.
I don't really get. You're gonna bleed regardless. You know, the inks camouflage in the blood. You know, so whether you drink or not, you're gonna bleed regardless. You know, I always warn people before you get tattooed, make sure you get a full meal in your stomach. Because I like to do 4-hour sessions and 8-hour sessions.
Okay.
I don't really like to do little stuff.
Do you find that if somebody drinks before, or like they're drinking while you're tattooing, do you feel like it makes it harder for you to do the artwork on the body, or no?
If they're, when you drink, you get real body motion. You start trying to talk with your hands. You get,
or you sweat. You can start sweating.
That's not really an issue. It's just more like moving.
Okay.
If you don't move while you're getting tattooed, I'm down with it. If you're not gonna complain, let me take my little break in the middle. My little 2 hour. After 2 hours, I take a break, and I'm cool as long as I like to be quiet. I don't really talk to my clients. You know what I mean? Okay. I'll talk to them before, chop it up. But once I'm in my work mode, it's I think they all get the point that I don't want to be bothered.
Since we have this drop in the background, I had a question by Blanca, and she asked, "Can I smoke while you tap me?"
Well, at my private studio, yeah, you can. It's a private studio. It's mine. I smoke. A majority of almost all my clients smoke.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So that doesn't hinder them.
I don't smoke while I'm tattooing you because obviously it's gonna slow me down. But if you want to spark a blunt and smoke while I'm tattooing you, don't mind me. I honestly prefer not smoking in the tattoo room because I kind of feel like the smoke contaminates everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's just like me
that
personally.
Makes sense.
But if you prefer to smoke a blunt, smoke a blunt, bro.
There you go. There you go. So we have another one by Venus DePaul. She wanted to know how long you've been tattooing for.
Wow, that's a hard question to answer, to be honest. My first tattoo that I ever did, I was probably like 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on my little brother.
How did that turn out?
Shout out to my little brother, Cruelly Crew, man. He's just jumping into tattoos
What's
right
up,
now.
Crew?
It really wasn't nothing, to be honest. I was just young. My cousin Carlos, he came over one day to tattoo. My cousin Rico, all my cousins, my brothers, my sister, he came, brought his little prison tattoo machine. I studied it. I watched him set it up. I watched what he was doing from afar, and once he left that machine. And I picked it up and put that bitch back together, and was like, hey, come here. So.
Hey, stick it in, James Brown.
So I've always wanted to ask this. Does every tattoo artist know how to cover up a tattoo, or is that a skill?
I don't do cover-ups. I would do. I turn down a lot of things. Cover-ups. Majority of the time, they don't want to pay the price.
Okay.
They don't want to. So think about it. Now I gotta go through and fix somebody else's mistakes, and try to make a miracle out of this bullshit ass tattoo that I really don't even want to deal with. You know what I mean? So majority of the time, cover-ups, I'll pass that up. Unless it's like if it's like tiny, I don't really like doing touch-ups.
That's what
if
I
it's
heard.
not my work, just preferably I got a different shading technique. My shades are gonna be different, obviously. So if I touch up your tattoo, I'm gonna have to redo your whole entire tattoo. You know what I mean?
Almost like getting a new one, right?
Almost like getting a new one.
Yeah, because I've been told that before. I've asked different artists, and I'm like, how do you feel about doing a cover-up of somebody else's work, or like doing a touch-up? They're like, nah, I don't really like doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's somebody else's vision, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's somebody else's little masterpiece, whether it's whack or dope. Because I know I like to see my old whack stuff. I'm like, damn, wow, I didn't even know how to drag a line. Like, wow.
Sorry, but thank you.
Yeah, sorry, but thank you, because those people got me to where I am. You know what I mean? I used to have to beg people to get tattooed. To tattoo them. You know what I mean?
People are kind of like leery at first, huh? If they don't know your work.
Well, I've always been like arted out, graffiti, everything. Letters is like some shit that I've done ever since I was like a little kid. So everybody knows that I'm pretty good at art and lettering. When I got out, I was just drawing a lot, preparing myself. I got locked up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get out, and I'm never gonna come back here again. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna become a tattoo artist. I'm gonna quit doing all the bullshit that I've been doing, and I'm gonna have a kid. And I'm gonna turn my life around.
So you had a goal.
I had a goal. I'll admit it didn't happen as smoothly as I wanted to. Obviously I did get out, partied a little bit, fucked around a little bit. But then I snapped out of it. my baby mom is actually the one that bought me my tattoo machine. I got out and she just believed in me, you know. She was like, I'm gonna buy you a machine. She bought me a machine. And from there, she let me tattoo her. My cousin let me tattoo him. And from there, I just never really put it down.
History's then,
So that was in 2000 and I don't even know the year, to be honest. Probably like 2013.
So let me ask you this: is there certain parts of the body that you won't tattoo, or that you shy away from?
You know what's funny is I turn down a lot of females like butt tattoos.
Why?
Because you never know, bro. Like,
Butt chin?
You never know what that butt might smell like, bro. I'm not
Okay.
trying to find out. Neither,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. So no butt tattoos for everybody out there listening.
Yeah, you know, I prefer not to do a butt tattoo. You know.
Okay. Is there a favorite part of the body that you like to tattoo?
Shit. Nah, there really ain't, man. I'll tattoo whatever as long as it's appropriate, you know? I ain't tattooing nobody's private parts. You know, I'm just trying to tattoo as much as possible.
How do you feel about the stomach area? Like
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love tattooing stomachs.
You don't feel like that's a hard area to
It's
tattoo?
definitely hard, but you know, over time you start learning how to use this tattoo machine just like as if it was a pen or a pencil. You know what I mean? They see you drag those lines and they're like, wow, you know, like that's cool. You usually, I remember when I used to struggle and be like, what the fuck? Is my like tattoo machine not working? I didn't know how to tune a tattoo machine back then, or anything like that. So it was like, turn it on. If it's working today, it's working. And if it's not working today, I'm sorry, but we can't do the tattoo. You know?
I want to switch gears a little bit because he said earlier about your dad's being an inspiration to your art and to the
Yeah.
Cholo art thing.
Yeah.
And I understand that your dad was an OG member from Majestic's car crew.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
my
understand
dad-
that you're now a member from the Majestic. So
Yes, yes.
how has that come about? How is it that you proceeded that direction as well?
Well, my dad's an original member, so whenever you're an original member and you have a kid that was born into this, you're automatically a member.
Nice.
But it's up to me to choose which chapter I wanted to go to, and obviously it's a car club, so there's multiple chapters. And I found my group of my homies that I kick it with all the time, and I chill with, and we formed a brotherhood, and I chose my chapter. You know, I had other chapters wanted me to join their chapter, but my heart was at Glendale. You know, I'm from Glendale Majestic, so that's where I went.
What kind of ride you got?
I have an 86 Cutlass Broham.
Is that the one outside?
Yeah.
Nice.
Got some blue flake, and I got some 14s on it. It's cool. It's a work in progress. I just did an engine swap, and I just became an active member. So, you know, so I've always been from Majestics, but now I'm an active member.
Are
know.
you guys having a show, the Grand Avenue Takeover?
Yeah, we're having the Grand Ave Takeover. I'm actually the one that pretty much is throwing that.
Put it together?
Yeah, I put that together. I just
It's free?
implanted it. Yeah, it's free. Come
So
out.
tell us about it.
It's gonna be some history, bro. If you guys know the car scene, you guys probably see that we always park in segregated. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Chapter kicks it over here. Chapter kicks it over here. Everybody's chapter kicks it with their chapter. You know, it's been a while since we all parked up next to each other and really represented. We're just really trying to show Arizona that we're the best car club out there. You know, and we're just trying to show out for the city.
When is it?
November 14th.
What time and where?
We'll be out there early, but we're gonna be out there early to reserve our spots. You know what I mean? I prefer everybody to come around 6, 7, 8 o'clock. It'll be going on all night till about midnight.
That's what, Saturday? It's on
That's a Saturday. Yeah.
We're gonna have to go out there for
Yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Saturday. We'll have a live DJ Nina G.
Oh, nice.
Nina.
Shout out to Nina.
Yeah, we were talking
she
about
was
earlier.
a guest here, yeah.
Yeah, she was a guest here. So we'll have her out there DJing for us, and we'll all be bringing out our cards and all the chapters from Arizona. This is strictly an Arizona event. You know,
And for
Are you
everybody,
guys gonna have booths out there or no?
we're gonna have booths out
You're
there.
gonna
We're
have
gonna have booths out there. We're gonna have the little canopies or
Food?
whatever, the little awnings.
Food.
Food. Every chapter most likely gonna bring out their own grill and barbecue it up. You know, I know my chapter's gonna definitely barbecue. You know, so.
And for the enthusiasts, that goes down every Saturday.
Right.
Every
that goes
Saturday,
every
down
Saturday.
Grand, 15th to 7th Street. Bumper to bumper, packed, all raza. I never seen no drama, no nothing going on over there. The cops crew by, of course, but there's no, man, it's like the coolest atmosphere ever. I went a couple times and took some pictures and stuff, man. And I just stood back, and just marveled.
Enjoyed it.
At us just chilling again. Because I remember when we used to do that back in the day, man. These gunshots, you can only sit for 15 minutes before some blasted one off or something was going crazy.
It's almost like some scenes from movies.
Yeah, straight up.
You
straight
go
up.
down out there and you'll be like, whoa, this is in Arizona?
Right.
This is happening in my city? Like, this is nice. I know every time I'm out there, I have the best fit. That's where I go on Saturdays.
Right.
That's me going to the club. I go out there, drink me my tall cans, smoke me my blunts, chill with my brothers.
Nice.
And I have a good time, man. I know everybody out there. Everybody knows me out there. I'm out there every single weekend.
And how does Glendale PD react to like the gatherings?
It's downtown actually. So that's in downtown. That's in downtown area on Grand Ave and 13th Ave. Well, actually from 15th Ave all the way to 7th Ave.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So,
But on Sundays they go to 67th Avenue and Thomas, right?
Kind of Circle K to Frederico's.
They trip on you guys cruising or no?
Nah.
We're in a parking lot right there. But on Grand Avenue, nah, they're not tripping.
No.
But if we're not causing no trouble, we ain't fighting, we ain't causing no ruckus. The cops love it too.
Oh, that's cool,
the
man.
cops be out there cruising all night too. They're cruising up and down with the lowriders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You know what? I've even witnessed a couple of the cops in the passenger seat with their camera phones out.
Oh yeah.
Taking videos of the stuff. So they're not on edge or trying to straight trip or any of that stuff. They're out there enjoying the environment too, because it really is a family affair. I mean, you got kids out there, you got people on bikes, you got children jumping rope. I mean, there's vendors out there selling tacos and
it's a real big family event. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it really is. And
It's just like a bunch of OG retared gangsters that
You gotta go check it
out
out,
there
man.
to lowride, bro. And
Definitely.
Nobody's really out there to cause trouble.
We'll take the
We're just
Mixin'
out there.
MixnMotion show out there.
yeah, it's like the strip. Like the Vegas strip, you go up and down. I mean, it's the same deal,
It's the
but
same
just
shit.
lowriders, raza, just and it's all everybody, Ken folks, raza, Woods, white boys, they're all out there,
You gonna
hot
save us a
rods,
spot?
Huh?
You gonna save us a spot? Is that packed,
You're
bro,
gonna have
or
to-
what?
You gotta get
have
there
to go
early.
Get your own spot, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta get there early.
All right.
That means Friday night you're gonna have to be like low pro, man.
Hey, I'll wake up there, bro.
Bro, you be waiting.
I'll wake up there, bro.
You're gonna wake up like this and be like,
I'll wake up there, bro.
Pretty much. That's what we're gonna do. Camp out.
I can't take my plane.
Yeah.
I do like Soul Plane, bro. You ever seen Soul Plane?
Whatever you want, bro. Swing what you bring, bro. Hop it.
Right.
Hop that shit if you bring it.
So for all the viewers and listeners that are out there right now, how can they connect with you and get a tattoo from you? I mean, do they have to reschedule? Where can they find you?
Well, you have to hit me up on Instagram. Tilser Tattoo, TILSERTATTO. I don't know if I spelled that right, but
Can you repeat that one more time for all the little stoners that are listening right now?
yeah, Tilser Tattoo, TILSERTATTO.
All right.
That's my Instagram. Follow it. I'll follow you back.
Are you
And
busy
just
right
send
now?
me a DM. It's actually been a little slow, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a little slow, but that happens in tattooing.
Yep.
It's normal. It don't break my spirit. It don't change.
Do you require anything? Them wearing masks, anything like that?
Yeah, I prefer you guys wear masks.
And a deposit.
and a deposit.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Seal the deal.
appointment. But I'm pretty cool, man. I'm pretty kicked back. I'm real chill and shit. Until you start asking me a million questions while I'm tattooing you, then
Yeah.
I'm like,
Let you focus, right?
hey, like chill out, Yeah, but
You're here to get tattooed, not for a fucking session of.
yeah, but some people come to you as therapeutic,
Yeah.
and they do want to vent to you, and you know when they're wanting to vent to you, and you do respond, and you're helping them out with bettering their day. You know what I mean? They obviously come to you because they want something. They love your work, and so I'm cool.
So let me ask you the same question I asked earlier. Since it's Halloween,
Yeah.
you got any horror stories as far as tattooing? Something that
Yeah.
went just bad?
My mom had moved to Blythe, California, okay, and so I went out there. I started working at the local tattoo shop right there, Obviously, I'm from Arizona, and in California, even if it's in Blythe, in California, what I know from growing up there is when you grow up there, you grow up there. You don't move. You don't move. So everybody from that neighborhood is gonna know you're a new guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna know you're not from here. You know what I mean? So I started tattooing out there, and I did a couple tattoos. You know, I wasn't the best tattoo artist, obviously. You know, it was like one of my first couple years of tattooing, and at that time I did not turn no tattoos down.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Oh,
Obviously, I'm learning. I'll give you the prep. Hey, I'm learning. If you want me to tattoo you, I'm gonna tattoo you, bro. You know, dude wanted a face tattoo. I gave him a face tattoo. Just simple, little cross. Didn't mess it up. Did a little weed plait on the other side, silhouette. Didn't mess it up. But me being out of state, like 5 days later, he calls me and he's like, "Hey, while I'm tattooing him, he's like, hey, who do you stay here with? You know?
Yeah.
Like, hey, where you from? What are you doing over here?" You know, like asking me.
He's asking you a lot of questions.
He's asking me, you know, like odd questions. I'm like, hey, bro, like, don't be asking me those type of questions, bro. Like, you're asking like shit that you don't even need to concern you. It don't matter who's here at my house. You know what I mean? You don't need to know who's in my house. You know what I mean? Well, I tattoo him. He pays me. You know. He's like, I want another tattoo. I'm like, cool. Give him the price. Like, cool. I tattoo it. He looks at the tattoo, pays me. He's like, I want another tattoo. I'm like, cool. What do you want? He's like, I want a B on my neck. I'm like, cool.
Blythe.
Tattoo a B for Blythe. You know, and then a week later, he hits me up. And he's like, hey, you owe me, fool. I'm like, what? I owe you? And he's like, yeah, you owe me, fool. You owe me. You fucked up my face. I'm like, check it out, bro. I don't owe you nothing, you know? But you could come down here and I'm gonna take a look at your face. And if I think it was worth the $50 that I charged you, I ain't gonna give you nothing, bro. You know? So he's like, nah, you can pay me, bro. You can pay me. Like, alright. So my little brother, the one I first tattooed, he goes down the street to go buy some smokes.
Right.
That dude pulls up on him. He's like, hey, what up, fool? Where's your brother at? You know? My brother's like, what? Like, my little brother, he with the shit. You know, he'll fight.
He'll fuck
anybody.
around.
He'll fight. I ain't never seen him lose a fight. You know what I mean? And he's with it. You know, they jump off his bike. Like, what's up, fool? I'll run the fade for my brother right now. You know? It's like, nah, bro. Like, I want my money. You know what I mean? So my brother just takes off, goes to the crib. He's like, hey, bro, that fool's tripping. Get ready. You know? Boom. So I hear somebody knocking at the front. At my mom's front door, you know? I'm obviously with my mom in Blythe, you know what I mean?
Right.
My mom's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck's knocking like that? You know? So I already know who it is. I'm like, don't trip, mom. I got this. You know what I mean? Answer the door. Boom. Homie's wearing a hoodie. He's wearing a hoodie, and he has his hands in his pocket, and I have like two steps to where you gotta step up to my doorway. You know what I mean? So I'm at the top of the doorway. I close the door behind me. My little brother comes around the house. He's right next to the dude. Homie has his homie right there.
Damn.
So there's two of them. There's two of us. And I'm standing there. I have a hoodie on. It's cold, you know. I'm looking down at him, and I'm like, he's like, hey, fool, you owe me, dog. You're gonna pay me. I'm like, hey, check it out, bro. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't pay you shit, you know. And right there, he just pulled out his gun. Boom. He put it straight to my face. And my little brother just slid him. Boom! Cracked him. He had brass knuckles on.
Damn.
Dude's face split right open. And we just got into a tussle, bro, for the gun, and he started shooting at the floor, and
damn.
And that was it, bro. That was my I had to leave life after that, you know.
Yeah, man. Damn, you
Man,
put somebody's
that's
face up, fuck,
So
right?
that was in my state. That was in my city.
But do you feel
I mean?
honestly that like the work was not done right, or do you think that
Nah,
the guy was just paid?
he got what he paid for, bro. I was a beginning artist, you know.
What I don't understand though is if he didn't like it, why would he pay you? And then
Exactly.
And come back.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense.
And the way he was trying to extort me.
Right.
He was
Yeah.
trying to extort me. You know what I mean? Being from
pay your
Arizona,
dues.
my hood ain't over here. You know what I mean? I'm from obviously a whole different hood in a whole different state.
Yeah.
You know what I
He
mean?
picked the wrong one, is
So,
what he did.
He just thought we were gonna bow down. To be
Right.
honest, he was gonna lay everybody down in my house and rob my house. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I had my mom there, my nieces, my
Did
nephews.
your mom bounce after that or no?
No, my mom stayed there. My mom stayed there for like 3 years straight after that.
So she didn't have
Oh,
no
mama
moms
don't fuck
after
around.
that?
Yeah, my mom gangster with her. She don't fuck around and shit.
They're
You
from
know,
the south
I
side,
still
man.
I still go over there and visit. I just have to be on my, you know, like watching my back out there because obviously he was from the local hood out there. He had a lot of juice. The tattoo shop that I worked for, actually, how I met him, his OG had hired me. You know what I mean? So he was like, "Yo, if anything ever happens out here, you call me. You call me." So I called him. As soon as all that shit happened, I was like, "Look, bro, I ain't asking you for know-how. This was from your hood. I understand that. But just tell him don't be coming to my house. You know, like keep it on the streets, bro. If he sees me walking down the block, get at me. You know, but don't come to my house where my nieces and my nephews are and everybody. My mom's right here, bro. You do something to my mom and."
But you know what? Experience pays off, and I noticed that about you. I did ask Rico to, share this with you because I was asking people out there, hey, who wants to get tatted live right here on the show, right? And just like you said, respectfully, you're like, you know what? No, you know what? I like to take my time. I like to make sure I do my job right. Yeah. It's not the right time. It's just not enough time. So that's good, man. You've evolved and you've moved forward from your mistakes. You know what I mean? So
definitely,
that's
awesome. But and the way it is, the way I used to do it back then is, I tattoo you first, and it's still like that. I tattoo you first, and you pay me after.
Damn.
And if you got something to say about it, you could speak right there. You know what I mean? And be like, "Hey, bro, I don't like it." But if you're gonna pay me, obviously you were happy with it too. You know what I mean? So
once they pay you,
so once you pay me, it's
a done deal.
There is no returns.
Right.
There is no
refunds.
fucking refunds. There ain't none of that. You know.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, man.
That is.
But that's my only horror story, to be honest, bro. Like, I've never really had any bad experience. That was like my one bad experience, right?
I remember when that shit went down too.
Your brother actually came out there and picked me up because it was just too much for my mom. You know, she was like, "Yo, this shit's wild."
We got a call like, "Hey, shit's going down in Blythe. We might have to take a trip." And I was like, "Oh fuck, here we go again."
Yeah, so that was my only really horror story about tattooing, to be honest. Everything else has been pretty smooth and pretty good. You know, everybody loves me. I built a pretty big platform out here in Phoenix. You know, I used my graffiti platform, and instead of changing my tattoo name into a regular name, I just stuck with my graffiti name, you know, and whatever came with it.
That's dope, man.
And,
Cool.
Yeah.
So we got DJ Lulo. He wants Trump on his neck. You look that up or what?
He wants his face, bro.
He wants a $1,200 stimulus check.
Rapid.
I need money.
I'm gonna have to turn that one down.
Damn.
I'll support that one. Wow. Man, we winding down, man. We get into that time, man. We definitely appreciate you coming through, man, hanging out with us, chilling. You got anybody you want to shout out, man, before we close out?
I just want to shout out my car club, you know, Majestics, all day, Arizona. My little brother crew. Really, that's about it, man. I did this shit on my own. You know what I mean?
And you said, let everybody know where they can hit you up, man, if they want to get some work done.
On Instagram, Tilzer Tattoo. So follow me on Instagram at Tilzer Tattoo, TilserTattoo. And give me a follow, send me a DM, I'll reply. I'm quick.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Make sure you guys hit him up, man. Also, the ladies out there, man, make sure you hit up the homie Bernie Lomas. You need to get your hair did. He's got you.
Yes, sir. Burning it up.
Burning it up.
That's right. Is that where you got your name from that one chick? Her hair was burning up. This is an epiphany. This is real. I'm doing this.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, y'all. The MixnMotion podcast every Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yes, sir. Thanks to all the followers out there.
Yeah, man. Stay tuned. Next week we got Jay Ryder coming through, man, from Superior.
Yeah.
He gonna come hang out with the crew. Y'all know what it is, man. MixnMotion podcast.
Yes, sir.
Holla.
Yeah.
You're in the mix with DJ Lulo of MixnMotion DJ.